Let's talk New Balance Gray Day because I'm not picking anything up, but I certainly have more than enough Gray Day pairs. I'm gonna try to put all these down right now. Oh. Really glad none of those fell. Alright, so May 10th is officially Gray Day for New Balance. It's like an unofficial holiday within sneakers. I did a whole video on this last year, and I was blessed and fortunate for New Balance to actually send me their 9060 Gray Day pair, but it wasn't necessarily gray. Like, it definitely had those blue undertones, and I appreciated that. It was also a little bit distressed. It looked like it was already worn in, and again, I like that. Some of you didn't know that was the case for the texture and upper of the sneaker, and you found that out through unboxings and on foot. So if you want to check that video out, it is certainly available for you here on the channel. But Gray Day. So I love the campaign they rolled out for this. Like, all too often the campaign sometimes is like, I don't know, it can overshadow the actual shoes themselves, but New Balance pairs, they already stand the test of time. It doesn't matter if it's the 574 or a 990 series. It doesn't matter. They stand the test of time. The 9060 has done extremely well. The 1906, the 2002R, they're thriving. They're doing great. So their campaign for this year, I loved it. Like, they really took you through all of the history and the cultural moments for New Balance, specifically like their gray pairs in themselves. Because remember, this was still the very first brand to have a sneaker come out that was $100. That was a really big deal back then, and they've been around for some time, long before Nike. So they said we're gonna do this $100, and back then they're speaking on the cultural references of that was a flex back then, right? Like, if you were in the streets as a guy and you wanted to flex that, hey, you had money, but you didn't necessarily want it to be your car and you didn't want it to be something that everybody else had, it was definitely a subtle flex. It was like, if you know, you know, in terms of having a New Balance gray pair on and that price point, but then also it is something stylish that you can choose to rock in so many different ways. But I think I appreciate the subtlety of it being, if you know, you know, and the material is just always a great value, I think, for consumers. So if you haven't checked out their entire campaign or video for Gray Day, it may be 4 to 6 minutes long. I would say go ahead and check it out. They show you like the age gap and how that's transcended from the younger individuals now that are into New Balance to, you know, hey, we think of it as a dad shoe, as the grandpa shoe, as the old shoe, and they pay respect to that. But yeah, I have more than enough Gray Day pairs. Like, I have more than enough great sneakers right here. So let's just go through those. I figured, why not? Let's just go through those right now as just a quick vid, okay? Because I certainly do love my gray New Balances, and why have so many of just a neutral color? Because I can truly just throw them on with whatever. All of us will have those colorways where we'll have multiple pairs of them. It doesn't matter, right? It can be breads. A lot of us have bread colorways, red, black, and white. We have a lot of those. I have a lot of neutral sneakers. I have a lot of gray sneakers. All right. So this, it had everyone in a chokehold. Do you guys remember this? It had everyone in a chokehold. So Refined Future. I am not saying protection pack. Refined Future. So this is the Rain Cloud pair. Beautiful. It's crazy the chokehold that this distressed design had on all of us for some time, but big fan. This one actually always just sits. It chills out up here. For me to easily be able to reach. And then the 990 V4. So this came out Gray Day last year. It was readily available for me to pick up, and I was really excited about that. Yes, I swapped the laces in, so we have some nice cream laces here to really just pop on the sneaker itself. Now, be mindful, the 990 V4, from what I've experienced, it does run big. So if you choose to half size down, then great. But this hairy suede is just amazing on here. So let's get to the other ones. New kid on the block, and this is actually featured on their gray shop, or in their gray shop. So if you go on New Balance right now, they have a gray shop that you guys can actually shop for some new releases that'll come out. But I think what they already have out is just amazing. Like, it delivers. So Rain Cloud, the 9060. I had a moment with 9060s, guys. You already know this. Like, the 9060 has my heart. I said if I could only have like 5 silhouettes, period, which would I choose? The 9060 ended up, I believe, making the cut, just because it is such a great pair. It's definitely got the bulkier aesthetic, but it's super, super comfortable, and that is something that I appreciate. So the next pair up, now this is very similar to what you guys just saw in this pair. So you're gonna see a few 2002 Rs, right? This is just a basic one. This is one to just throw on, and it really doesn't matter. I also love just how lightweight these things are. Like, I can just toss this around. It weighs absolutely nothing. But this is just an all gray solid pair. I believe I picked these up on DTLR, and this is the grade school pair actually. So little mesh action for small foot gang. So we have that one. Oh, this. So we have the 990 V5. Ah, man, I remember when I received this from New Balance. So this was just ahead of the ESPNW Summit, I believe 2022 was the very first year that I went. So received this pair, absolutely love it. I do like this, I think, a little bit more than the kind of the V4 now at this point. But when it came to that V6, that was something really special. We have, you know what? I actually think I may be missing. I'll have to go grab the other one. But this was one that I was talking about where it came out for Gray Day. And it kind of had like the bluer aesthetic to it. So still an amazing pair. Again, you can see like the distressing that is visible on here. I guess kind of like if you had already just like walked on the moon itself. So we have this one. And then I need to go grab a 2002 R because I definitely forgot it. I feel compelled to include this because it has gray in the name. So this is the 2002 R Refined Future Mirage Gray. And I was able to pick this up when these were just so difficult to come by. Like, it was crazy to see an in-house design go as fast as it did. Normally that happens with collaborations, but to see it happen with this, it was something special. So this is the Mirage Gray pair. And then once I got this, the Rain Cloud pair, always mess that up, eventually made its way. And this was the most recent addition. I'm always so grateful to New Balance for showing love to me. Like, listen, just small creator, but I've worked with them on the production side for events, and it's been eye-opening. It's been a blessing. It's been amazing. And so here we have the 990 V6 in gray. Truly just an amazing grade A pair, and this grew on me to actually become a pair that I love a little bit more than the V5. I didn't expect that, but yeah, this V6, it absolutely just, it grew on me so much. So yeah, these are the grade A pairs that I have, and kind of lending to the fact that I'm not picking anything up this year. No, I think I'm covered. I think I'm good on a lot of the grade A pairs now. They're doing an entire month-long release for grade A, so May is like, all of May is something that New Balance is rolling out. So like I said, you can check out their gray shop, but on Hypebeast, they said that there are additional pairs that are dropping. So they dropped the Warped Runner, which I have a video on that model, and then a 1906. So that was on May, or is on May 17th, that it'll drop. And then a few days later, the Fresh Foam 1080 Gray will drop. And the Fresh Foam, cannot talk today, 1080 is an amazing, it is super cushion. It may not work depending on your foot for running. It was just a little too tad bit soft for me if it's like the V13, but that will drop. Then they also have the collaboration that's going to drop, the California by way of New York running brand District Vision. They will have their own collaboration drop, and then more grade A pairs on the way for Coco Golf. So again, check out the gray shop. They have apparel. They have some pairs that I've already listed here, like the New Balance 9060 grade A pair, or Rain Cloud as it's officially called. But just go ahead and share your thoughts of any of these I showed in gray. Which was your favorite? Do you own them? Are you shopping for anything for grade A? And if you're not, May is stacked, so I totally understand it. Prioritize how you're spending your money, and if you're just not spending it at all, I appreciate you tuning in. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.